Hello friends, welcome to Koushal Tech SQL Basics step classes. In this video, I am going to tell you very basic step of SQL, but believe me, it is very useful. So let us start the session with a great thought. Not only go through your life, but also grow through your life. So do not stop learning. So now quickly jump into the agenda of this session. What is SQL? Why to learn it? And SQL component, table column, data storing, fetching data from SQL. What is a type order and logical order of query? And finally, very important, how SQL engine understand your query. So now quickly move to the demo session. In a demo session, I'm going to create one customer table. So what is the first thought comes into my mind when I create any table? Like what column, what kind of data we're gonna store into this table. So first of all, the customer ID, customer name, email, and phone number. Second thought, what kind of data it holds? Like customer ID could be integer, it could be varchar as well. Customer name, it would be varchar. Again, email ID also varchar, and phone number will be the integer. Depend upon which country. Suppose you want to put some symbol, then obviously it would be the it would not be the integer, it could be the varchar. Okay, so now first create this table and we try to insert the data, and I will show you what challenge we are facing if we don't think before designing any table. So I have created one table called customer. Okay, now I'm gonna store some data, insert some data into this table. So there could be two ways to insert data. Either you can insert a statement in an inline query and put value directly. Either or second way, you can just write insert into table name, and then in select the statement you can pass the value, right? So let me insert this first value first. Okay, and here you are going to learn the first flaw of bad design. See, it is showing arithmetic overflow, converting expression to data type int. So what is the issue here? Like one is an integer, okay, fine. Second, customer name, fine. Email ID is also fine. Now number. So you can see this high number is not fit into the data type integer. So before designing a table, you have to think like what should be the size, what is the appropriate data type we need to define before designing the table. Okay, so now I'm going to change this data type to some bigger data type. You can alter it as well. I'm just dropping and recreating. Okay, so I define big int. The data type is now big int. Now try to insert this record. It is inserted. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to insert few more record into this table, and then we will learn the second important thing. Okay, so let me insert another row called 3, and then Maurice. Change any number. Okay, so two more record get inserted. Now second thing, suppose you I don't want to insert this customer ID manually. It should be auto generated because I don't remember how much customer ID so far I inserted, right? It should be incremented by one, the next one. Is SQL Server provide some sort of like facility? Yes, we do. We can define any column like identity and it will be auto generated. So let me do that. Okay. Okay. Second thing, this is the first thing. Second thing, I want to insert date time when this record inserted. Is it, can it be default? Yes, it can. So let me explain you this two important thing again. Like, I'm going to the design part again. I put here identity and one. So it means the increment will be one and one. Plus one increment will be there. Okay. Now I'm gonna insert a new column called insert dt that will tell you when this data get inserted, and data type will be the date time. But I don't want to insert it manually, right? So you can put default here, default, and then what should be the default value? Get date. So get date will be the default value of this. I'm going to create this table. Okay, now I'm going to insert the data. This one is not required now. It is auto generated. Okay, fine. Again, this 2 is not required. This 3 is not required. Okay, so I'm going to insert data now in both method. What is the issue now? The second lesson learned for you. We have specified the column which is identity. So we should not put this column explicitly. You got my point? Why? Because it is an identity column. We are no, but SQL Server says when you default any column, you must have to mention the column name on that case. What do you mean by that? Let me show you. I will write customer name, email, phone number. Only 3 columns. Okay. Fourth column, that insert date is a default, so it will be auto inserted. Identity will be also auto inserted. See, let me show you. See this identity. Let me try to insert more record. So just ignore this. So 2 more record get inserted. You can see here. Now just summing up this video, what we learned from this video. While defining any table, we must consider what kind and what size of value we are going to insert. That we learned from phone number thing. We defined it big end. Can add any number can be auto generated? Yes, we generated the customer ID. Third one, what we learned. Can we define any value? Can we define any default value like date? Yes, we can. But what is the criteria? We need to mention the column name. If we don't mention the column name, it SQL Server engine will consider this like we didn't inserted the value of this insert date. So we must have to mention the column name. Okay, you hope I hope you got my point. Okay. Now, as per agenda, what is a logical and what is the typed order query? See, I run this query and I type this query as select star from the table name. Okay. So this is my type order. Let me put some where condition as well. Where cust ID is greater than 1. So I will get 2 record, right? Okay, fine. So what is the type order? We type select start from customer where customer ID is greater than 1. But SQL Server understand it in different manner. That is not a typed order. That is called logical order. How? It first search the from clause and then the table name. So what is the table? It is a customer table. So it will first, pick all the records of customer table into one virtual table and then filter out the customer ID greater than 1. You understand my point? But what happened if we have a big table? Does it pull all the record? No. So we will learn that thing later. So hope this video is useful for those who are beginners. In my next video, I'm going to tell you few more things like what is unique identifier, what is rule when you define any table, how can you define rule. So keep touching this video and just like and share it so that you can get my next video. Thank you very much.